Hey everybody, it's Bust with Battles with Bust number 37, and today we are going to be playing some pirates. And so, I know in the previous video I did promise you some scouts today, but that's not going to be happening. I checked the calendar, I saw when this video was going to be released, and we're probably going to have to say something like a hashtag blaze it or a hashtag burn one down. And I figure if you're going to be saying stuff like that, then you probably should be playing a burn deck. You know, it's super on point, super on theme with what we're going to be doing today, and so I am all on board. And so, my longtime viewers, my longtime followers know what a big fan we are of Legion Rearguard. I am pretty on board with any deck that has him. I love to play me a good aggro deck, and so it feels pretty good to be out here bringing the aggression today. And so this is a fairly stock list. I have some opinions on the way that these decks should be built. I'm okay with the two copies of Gangplank. I definitely don't want three. You see a lot of variation between the Twisted Fate and the Gangplank. If it really comes down to it, I want two Gangplanks. I would play zero Twisted Fates if champions weren't so strong, and I would never play two Twisted Fate, one Gangplank. And so that's thing number one. We are not playing the card Might. We are not playing the card Brothers Bond. I'm okay with that. If you want to sprinkle in a copy or two, that's fine. There's some cards that you can tool around with, like taking out Jagged Butcher, taking out a copy of Marai Warden. Do you? I'm not the hugest fan, but I understand why people like it. Now, the way that these games are looking to sequence, if you're not familiar with this deck, you want to spend all 6 mana on your first 3 turns on units, and so you have to mulligan towards that. You're not really looking to play Misfortune on turn 3. You want to be playing a 1-drop on 1, and then either 2 1s or a 2-drop on 2, and then on turn 3, either a 2 and a 1 or 3 1s, whatever. You do that math. However, you can spend all 6 mana on your first 3 turns without Misfortune is going to be pretty good. That's your key to do every game. Then the way that these games will sequence from that point forward is your opponent's going to start playing better units than you. Ideally, you'll be able to clear them out with the likes of Make It Rain, clear them out with the Twisted Fate, and then follow up with more units. And then if you can't do that at that point, you're on the burn plan. And so we do have tons of burn cards here. We have, of course, the Nox and Fervor and the Decimates to go directly to face. And then we also have a large portion of the unit-based burn package with the Zap Spray Fin, being an elusive that picks up another burn spell, and then the likes of Imperial Demolitionist, Legion Grenadier, and Crackshot Corsair as our ways to deal damage to our opponent without actually having our units need to connect in combat. And so, pretty straightforward. Again, I do like this more than the likes of Elise, but not too complex deck. I think that this doesn't see much play these days because there's not a lot new going on with it, right? I don't. Looking at the list, there's nothing that's been printed since Beyond the Bandlewood, please, since the Bilgewater set, Beyond the Bilgewater, whatever the fuck it was called, and so I think people are just kind of tired of it. But that doesn't mean it's not a deck that belongs at the top of the meta. I don't believe that this is like an S tier deck, like I believe Scouts and like I believe Yordles and Arms Fizzlulu is, but this deck certainly does not get enough credit for being as good as it is. Now, whether or not that's just because people trash on aggro decks because the elitist control deck players don't like them, or if it's just because it's old or just because herder aggro is too easy, I don't think this deck gets enough respect, and it is a fantastic ladder climber. And so, with that being that, let's go ahead and jump in and get ready for the battles. I did go and check our premium status today. The only non-premium cards we have at this point are the Zap Spray Fin and the Gangplank. And so, I feel like the price has been paid. We should not have to pay up another pay-to-win fee at this point. And then let's just go ahead and get on into battle. Get ourselves in free LPs as we're playing the burn deck today. Oh man! Now I must say, I'm not a smoker. I did use the moniker on the internet Butt Stuff 420 for quite a while. Now, my problem with that is I kind of felt like if you're gonna come out here and just like start making a bunch of YouTube videos and you want to get like an advertising dollar at some point in your life, you probably can't use the name Butt Stuff 420. Now, it's a little unfortunate. I feel like it was a wonderfully crafted name, but it is not what I would consider to be legitimately capable of grabbing an advertising dollar. And so, if you're ever wondering where the name Bust came from, how we got this Bust name that we use on here now, that would be taking the first two letters of butt. That's BU. That would be taking the first two letters of stuff. That's the ST. Then you just push them together, right? So if you join butt stuff together like that, then you get Bust, and that's where that name comes from. But to get back into the action here, I led off with the most damage that we're able to present. On turn 2, you can technically play Mirai Warden and try to hit a 2-power attacker, but I felt like I would just take the guaranteed value out of the Legion Grenadier. Now that he's bringing this big unit, I do actually like bringing in some blocks here. We're going to very easily fill out our board the rest of the way, but if he starts getting overwhelm hits on us, then we're going to potentially lose the game. And so I'm okay to just go ahead and throw away the one unit. That will buy us an additional attack. He's going to have to kill us with 2 attacks now. He's probably going to have some trouble doing that. Curious, like it is Yuumi Pantheon. Probably just need to go ahead and slam. I would love to get Misfortune on the board for this attack, but we're not going to get in any additional damage if they just drop a 1-drop. And so let's just go ahead and burn it in while we can. Could have gone for the Nox and Fervor into Decimate, but I feel like this is just a little bit safer. We're not in any real danger of dying here. So if he's playing dumb cards like heals and stuff, I don't want to be all in on the burn plan just yet. They typically play like the 2 mana heal. They don't play things like Star Shaping. Okay, so we can go ahead and drop the Noxus Blast. We have 2 units to get on board after this, and then we can just open and Decimate next turn. Sure. Bringing in those guiding touches, you got it.
No one's the wiser.
Alright, my dude. Here comes the open. Burning it down, my dude. Burning it down. It's a good thing. If you caught the previous video, we went out here and made this premium Decimate. It's really paying off in dividends. I mean, we've gotten quite a few wins ever since we turned this premium. I'm pretty sure that's the sole reason why. All right, my dude, enjoy. Here comes the squad. And so, yeah, like seeing these premiums, it does get me to thinking. I love this space that we're in Runeterra right now. I feel like the meta is pretty good and pretty fair. If you're scrolling through the Reddits these days looking for the amount of complaining people are doing, it's extremely low. Like it's like people are really having to fight for it and find things to come and bitch about. And that was one of the threads I caught in the past day or so was people being upset about how the prismatic cards look. Now, for the sake of we have to bitch about this game for something. I'm kind of like okay with it. I like the premiums. Like as I look at a game like Magic Arena, I hated the premium styles in there. Some of it was okay. Like I kind of liked how you could mouse over the card and the card would kind of like move a little bit back and forth and stuff. And some of the shinies might be kind of appropriate, but I felt like what you would see quite a bit was it felt like you have like just a closet full of cards. You played Yu-Gi-Oh for a bit, you played Pokemon, and you played Magic, and whatever. You just have like a bunch of shit in the closet, and then if you just like knocked the fucking shelf over and all the cards fell on the floor, that's what the board looks like whenever you play Magic Arena. It's like, oh, here's a normal card, here's some kind of weird full art card, here's some kind of shiny bordered card, and it's like nothing looks actually like cohesive and nice. And this wasn't even a huge fan of that. Look at this. These cards are fucking shiny in here and stuff in the middle. I don't think I even ever noticed that. But that's been my thing with the Runeterra premiums. I like how they come on the board. They don't like butcher the art, and it's just kind of like, hey, here's my shiny premium border for you. enjoy. And so, you know what? Well done, Riot. In turn, you go tell somebody I gave them the high five for the job well done. All right, up against the Echo Zillion. Not the most aggressive of starts that we could have here, but it's serviceable. This is a we're probably gonna lose this one at this point. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is just like a pretty unbeatable start from opponent having the 1 drop into Zillion drop order. I mean, we'll still give it a shot, but this is going to be tough. Let's just take this damage. It's not super relevant. I'm kind of interested in slapping like a bit of damage down on these units, but it's just not quite there. Should have a decent attack with the sparring student here. Get to chunk in the point of damage with the Corsair, but again, we're hurting. We're hurting. This is going to have to be okay. Now, ideally here, what's going to happen is we're going to bring the Make It Rain in, and we'll hit the cat with it, so we'll still get to save our sparring student. This will give us the chance to potentially get some width on a future turn and maybe attack around his stuff. It's just a little too dangerous to not attack there. And then if he trades, you know, whatever. We have to have something go right at some point in a game like this.
I've been practicing, and it's not perfect. But look.
If your prediction is correct, we have
Okay.
much to look forward to.
Demolitionist ready to party. Can block something with the Corsair. I can't remember if this deck plays Shapestone or not. Scrying Sands, sure. Get that free predict. Okay, so looking to add in the Island Navigator now. It's actually big enough to do some damage. Okay, it's like whenever you see the ephemeral come down, you're just like, oh no, something went wrong. But that was okay. Ooh, Misfortune. So now we can get in 4 damage on the attacks this turn. That's pretty cool.
I think we have something on that case. This is our way.
Gonna go ahead and attack with both. I two things here. I want to be playing the Imperial Demolitionist this turn, and so we're going to need to clear out a board space, and this does chunk in some damage onto his units, right? So if he wants to block the Doomkeeper, he gets stuck with a 1 health unit. That unit's just gonna die on our next attack. So sounds pretty choice to me. Time bomb. Okay.
If they don't break, they'll burn.
Not the end of the world if we run into a second one. Of course, it's not ideal, but I think this is okay.
Always forward. Nuh-uh. What's the motive?
These blocks aren't right. He needs to be putting 3 damage on the Island Navigator. Right now, the Island Navigator survives the time bomb. There you go.
Listen to me.
Probably should have attacked with the Crackshot Corsair. That one's on me. We missed out on a point of damage. It's just going to die anyways. So we probably should have attacked with him. Missed out on 1. Can't be doing that with these aggro decks. That's the thing with these. You know, people like to come out and talk about how aggro decks are no brain and you just smash everything in the middle. That point of damage we just missed is what causes a lot of problems with these. Oh. Well, let's try and kill the Zillion before he flips. Okay. Been doing tons of predicting. Haven't seen any echoes yet. That's kind of wild. He can't play him this turn. He only has 3 mana now. And I mean, if we get to open and hit for 5, we're looking pretty strong. Okay.
Time is winding.
Okay. All the fervors. Jesus. Okay.
Again?
This should take him to 3. He can come in and like Mystic Shot the Misfortune to counterspell the Noxus Blast. I will play another Noxus Blast here. If we're going to be able to get him down to 3, we might be able to lethal this turn. I don't want to be like all in on this last one with him having 2 mana, but oh shit! What? I thought we were getting an extra point of damage in. I thought we had a Misfortune Shot plus. You just draw Decimate, right? Hey, you just draw Decimate and get in there. Rip. Okay. Sure. Oh, what a garbage deck. Now, let's be real. Let's be real. You're playing the Echo Zillion deck. You start off with the cat. You hit Zillion plus drop border on turn 2 and still lose. Like that deck is so garbage. Like I know that like Mage and Bay hit rank 1 playing that deck. That doesn't mean it's a good deck. That was a concept when I was growing up playing Magic. One of the world class players was in our neighborhood. He's done exceptionally well with Magic. He's done exceptionally well in some other card games. He has some Pro Tour victory type level of strength, and he was an absolutely fantastic deck builder. He was able to tear through a lot of these games to where they hadn't had like the time to really hone in on the R&D before a set was released, and he would just annihilate these games to where he was just like a next level deck builder. But the problem with him was he was literally insane level good. Like if he was like surrounded by a team of people to where you see these like Channel Fireball level players to where it's like, oh well, here's like LSV and Palo and all these dudes just like crushing through Magic tournaments. He's on that level, but he never had the team of support that goes with the level of success that those guys are able to get. He was just busy testing with dipshits like me, to where his LSV's out here testing with people like Palo. And so, at any rate, where this anecdote was going was he would like design these decks and test against people on the internet and just annihilate them. And the problem with that was he was just better than everybody. And so he would be taking these dog shit decks to like these 65 and 75% win rates just simply because he was so good. And that is in large part what I think has happened with Echo Zillion. The deck's garbage. It's trash. Yes, Mage and Bay took it to rank 1 on the ladder, but he's one of the best players in the game at the moment. I feel like any of those dudes just hanging out in the top 10, if they just have a good run with a shitty deck for like 10 to 15 games, then sure, you're going to land on the top. But when you go out and make the video about it and post it out there, and the people on Reddit see it and say, "Oh man, this dude is rank 1. This shit has to be good." It's not always the case. But anyways, back to the action here in round 3. We're playing against Lulu Ari. I was considering piecing together a video with this today. This is a deck I'm actually kind of interested in. Like, one of the questions I love asking myself is, how do we best take advantage of Flame Chompers, right? I really love Flame Chompers, Boom Baboon, and Lulu. And this is the deck that's really trying to answer that question and trying to come up with the best way to deal with it. Coming out here with the Aries is their way to take advantage of things. I haven't given this deck a shot. I don't feel like I have the same opinions about the Ari Lulu deck as I do Echo Zillion, but opinions. You want them, I got them. Right, here we go. Right on board to get this flipped misfortune next turn. We can lose out on the scout right? If he blocks the hatchling with Ari, then we won't have the scout next turn to get the misfortune hit in, but that's okay. Oh, he's going to leave it on board. Interesting. Interesting. Flame chompers. Somebody's going to get boomed. Get that pix hit in. Not something I thought I was going to say today. Okay. All right, so we definitely want to get the Crackshot Corsair on board this turn. So that when we make this scout attack, we can get the bonus point of damage in. The question is, like, what do we do with the rest of this stuff? And probably just want to get Zap on board. I want to see if we hit a Noxus Blast. It's going to give us an opportunity to, if he Mystic Shots our dude, then we can still at least get some values out of it. Hit the Noxus Blast, that's kind of nice. Oop.
I never miss.
Why did we end up losing our misfortune? Oh, the Ari move. Okay. Sure. Okay. Well, we can easily refill this board. Get that sweet, sweet, sweet point of damage in. Enjoy it, my dude. Lurker's coming at you. He can't even block it. He can only block it with picks. Oh, man. I completely forgot about the fearsome. Suck it. All right, that's pretty decent. Let's start with the Mirai Warden. Didn't hit anything compelling, but if you had a sparring student or something, it's nice to have the follow-up units. Saboteur, sure. Precious Pet coming at you. And Squad. Pretty close to lethal. Not exactly there, but getting close. Take him to 5. Just need a little bit more burn cards. Hey, yo, game, give me some burn cards. Please and thank you. Falls to 3. That's a dangerous place. This deck does play Nopify. So this Noxus Blast is by no means guaranteed to get a kill. But I must say it does feel good to potentially have it in hand. He starts doing a bunch of shenanigans that look like they're going to be lethals, then we get some options.
I'll shoot the wings off a bilge wasp. They won't like this. 2 steps into moonlight.
And Nopify. Gotta block something. What's the biggest one here? Or does that take us 1? Okay. See if he tries to play Twin Disciplines or something. Does not. We can also like respond to Mystic Shot if that's going to be his thing.
Ready, aim. I've got us covered.
Okay. Here is where we'll start. We'll bring in the Crackshot Corsair. This guarantees to take him to 2. And now we can ideally play the Demolitionist and then do stuff with the burn on the stack. So, that feels good. It feels good. I like the way that feels deep in my loins. Deny. Boom. Rip it, my dude. Hashtag rip it. Hashtag burn it. Hashtag blaze it. Swag. Oh, this is great. Boom. 3-0. Not bad. All right, the next battle begins. Whew. So man, oh man, this is the perfect time to give you an update on my hydro. As we're talking about the delights of burning it and blazing it, I have got a hydroponic garden going. I got one of those. It's not an arrow garden. It's like the knockoff version of the arrow garden, but I probably should have just made one myself. It's not that hard to do now that I'm super handy at doing stuff. But nobody asked how all my herbs and shit are doing, and so dill went fantastic. Basil went pretty good. Cilantro did okay. Parsley did fantastic. Some of the stuff died right at the beginning. I forget what that was. It was summer savory and something else. And then, do actually. This is like the thing where it's like it's so tempting to hang on to hands like this, but I don't feel like we should do it. I still feel like we should mulligan away this Misfortune Island Navigator and look for more ones and twos. But oh, what else was there? Oregano? Oregano, I don't know. I just threw it away. It didn't look that great. But I didn't realize that you're supposed to completely cycle out the water after so long. And so, if you're not familiar with the idea of hydroponic gardening, is you got basically a tub of water, and then you just pour in the exact quantity of nutrients that the plants should want. And so instead of just like digging around in the dirt for bullshit nutrients and hoping that they find what you need, you just provided for it right there. And sure, bring in the Corsair. And so that was my first go at it. Apparently, like the water gets oversaturated with the chemicals, and you're supposed to like completely cycle out the water. And I didn't realize that my stuff started to die, and so we're cleaning that out. I've ordered up. I'm gonna do some peppers in it because we garden every year, and so we'll now be growing like all the basils and shit out in the yard. And so last year our peppers didn't really take, and so I'm gonna try and do some of those in the arrow garden. Just some jalapenos, some of them jalapeno chips, and then we're doing the. I got some rando pepper I've never heard of, but you got to get like the smaller things, and so it's some kind of miniature kind of pepper. One of the sweet peppers. The family doesn't like the hot peppers, and so you go out here and like I'm not trying to grow like butchalokias and shit like that. I don't want anything with the name Reaper. I don't want anything with the name Scorpion or Ghost in it. If it's got a fucking scary name in it, I probably don't want to put that in my mouth. But just kind of my rules for the road in terms of growing the peppers. And the rest of the family won't eat that shit. They barely will eat jalapenos. And so I just take my wins where I can get them. So that's what we'll be trying. I'm waiting on the seeds to come in now. But you got to get your heirloom varietals. All right. I'm not like amped about how this game has gone. There is the angle to where we should have played the Demolitionist onto the Crackshot Corsair so that we had a unit that could survive some of these things, but not really excited about that. I just want to slam in as much damage as we can. There is a world where we should have been trying to just get a Make It Rain down, but man, that does not feel good. Does not feel good. I kind of like the idea of Twisted Fate here, though. Really need a 1-drop. We have to like make the decision now. That sucks. I guess it's not the worst. We're just gonna lose our unit and take 6. I think we'll switch to Misfortune plus Island Navigator. He might pass it back to us. If he packs it back, fucking great. I appreciate it. You know, we're looking for a way to use this mana, so doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Oh, he's just going to the face place, huh? Alright, my dude. I like your style. I see what you're about.
No prey, no pay.
Alright, so the downside to this angle is we won't have the 6 mana to make it rain Twisted Fate. And so it should be tough for him to actually come out and kill us because we have so many dudes on board, but he can like pivot to an elusive plan, which is a real pain in the dick, right? If he says gets the 2 daring poros on the board, boosts 1 with Lulu, then we die to a get excited. And so taking that damage is real. We aren't in the space to where we can just block everything that he has. I was considering if we wanted to just attack with the Shepherd, since the Island Navigator is at risk and is a good blocker. But I want to potentially kill something if he does push the blocker forth. And so this can, like, be a bit of a punish. If he has another, like, suit up, he would have had to have just drawn it this turn. But I think this is okay. Just wish we could have chunked in more damage this turn. Okay. Man, I so wish we could just open... Like, he's going to open on us, right? If we could drop this Twisted Fate before the combat, that would be pretty choice. Not going to happen, though. Yep, here comes the Elusives. And... dead. GG, my dude. I like it. We might have to give this deck a try at some point. My concern with the decks like that is it's going to really struggle to win a game to where it doesn't draw Lulu. Like, Ari is fine, right? You know, she's just a good unit. You might get her to flip at some point, but she's really just kind of a value play, sending back your Boom Baboons and sending back your Flame Chompers and shit so you can rediscard it. But Lulu's where it's at. And in the lists I've kind of perused, I haven't seen too much of it. I don't think anyone is playing... oh, that's a Bandle... They're playing Bandle City, right? It's PNZ Bandle City. I don't think anyone is playing Mecha Yordle card. I really like the Mecha Yordle card. Right, one of the big things with the Lulu-based decks is if you have the curve to where you play Boon Baboon and Lulu, then you really want the option to discard a Flame Chompers on the third turn, and the only way to discard it for 0 is the Poro Cannon, but the Mecha Yordle Scrap Heap, is it called Scrap Heap? That's a way to come in and generate it. This is fine. He's gonna trade 100% of the time. We miss out on a bit of future damage, but we may make up for it if we get like a 3-1 on the board. Thinking about using that Mystic Shot. Dudes. We're bringing in the dudes. Now we might get to deal damage with this Crackshot Corsair. If he spends like 3 mana on a single unit, we can hook it with the Affectionate Poro. Maybe get the Crackshot Corsair in for damage. Again, fully expect a Mystic Shot to come down here, but I would think he would try to prevent the damage onto the Jagged Butcher as opposed to stopping the no-value hook out of Affectionate Poro. But seen stranger things. Sure. Let's get in for that sweet 6 damage. Okay, Marai Warden is here. More interested in bringing in the Misfortunes now. Oh, Twisted Fate. Really? Oh, he's playing Twisted Fate Echo. He's not playing Zillion Echo. Okay, I didn't even realize that. I just saw the factions turn up and it's like, oh, it's that stupid deck.
Came a long way for a bullet.
Yeah, it's pretty tempting. Okay. It's like that thing gets to block 100% of the time. I know that the block isn't good because the it's just going to get thrown in front of Misfortune. But man, it seems nice to be able to try and punch our other units in. Gonna be a 2 damage blast from the Misfortune thing. All right, time tricked something. We'll bring it all. Something's gonna block Misfortune, but this does put a unit in front, right? If we just don't attack with Misfortune, then he doesn't block, and we don't get to clear out any other units. And so it's definitely worthwhile to clear out the single one, especially when he only has the 1 mana available. All right, so we just got to get in for 2 more damage, and then we can hit with the Decimate. That's pretty cool, if you ask me. Is anybody asking? Anybody? All right, doing the predict thing. Sure.
See you soon, friendos.
What you got? Destined Poro. You are destined for greatness here, my friend. Oh, that gets you a full board.
Never met anyone like you.
I like it, my dude. I like what you do in there. Where's Twisted Fate at? I only had to draw 3. Not super scary. So, assuming like his turn involves like blocking everything, we should get a lethal. He needs a like burn spell onto Gangplank, and then a block on everything. Otherwise, we'll get the lethal this turn.
Keep me. Let me introduce you to science.
I think we're good if he's blocking Gangplank. I guess if he has a single Mystic Shot, then it would go better onto the likes of Mirai Warden. But he's gonna have to move his blockers around if he wants to block our precious pets.
Or theirs.
That's a lethal, my dude. What are you thinking? It's weird. I just immediately thought it was the Zillion deck. Where does this get us? It's taking 3 from the Gangplank. Okay. Jettison. The fuck? Cupcake it. That's appropriate, right? That's appropriate. Nice. GG. Hitting those 4 wins. All right, next battle. Y'all are gonna be in and out here quick. You got a 2-hour video yesterday, so it's excuse me. It's fair to just get the quick ones out here. Balance out a little bit, get the average back down to an hour. Whew. You got here lots of Lulu today. Jinx Lulu with PNZ. Interesting. It's like as those previous games went, it's like I'm moderately tempted to hang on to Make It Rain. I don't think that'll work. That's just like too late game focused. Ugh. Definitely want it over the Nox and Fervor Decimate, but right, you're never gonna get this like dream start to where your opponent like plays a bunch of 1 health units in the early game and you get to clear them out with Make It Rain. I just don't think that happens frequently enough.
I'll do better this time.
What do I know? Maybe that scenario was coming right at us. He has 2 units now, so we can play the Mirai Warden.
I've never met anyone like you.
All right, let's guard Reaver. You're an interesting one. He did not just throw it directly at us. Strange. Got a Flame Chomper and a Poro, 4 cards in hand. All right. I'm not amped about just throwing down a bunch of these rando 1 health units. We'll get the Precious Pet down here.
Okay, ready.
Alaku Marai.
Get in there. He's going to put the 1-1 in front of Mirai Warden. We're going to have to get that eventually. Precious Pet makes its way through. Interesting. Oh, okay. I think that's alright. It'll be tough for us to be successful in this game, though. We need a champion. Drew one. Ask and you shall receive. I don't think this is a turn for Twisted Fate, though. Maybe it is. Do we just, like, draw a card? Let's wait. Let's wait a turn. Interesting. Now we pick up the Decimate. Alright, unfortunate, but this does clear out a blocker. I'm curious to what his hand makeup looks like, to where that's all he does on the previous turn. I wonder if he just has like a bunch of like burn spells and combat tricks and stuff. It's quite strange. Just an actual handful of flame chompers. Alright. We'll send it to the Nugget. Got 8 damage in hand. Gotta come up with just a little bit more. Just a little bit. Uh-oh. Ooh, that's scary. Not happy to see Jinx. I want that Noxus Blast back. Maybe we'll just immediately get another one. That's the way the pros do it. Oh, fuck. She's gonna flip. Okay. Still a winnable game, but very scary what's happening to us here. It's the Make It Rain, not the Noxus Blast. Ugh. Okay. So this is our best chance to get a point of damage to face, right? We'll hit like four, or like get a 20% chance, a 25% chance, and then a 33% chance. Nailed it. All right. Feels better. He has 5 cards in hand. It is a little scary. Not a great chance this this Zap's gonna get the work done. Fuck. Okay. Okay. There's the Decimate. Need a source of 2 damage. Another Zap. Make Nox and Fervor, Decimate. Legion Demolitionist deals 2. Does Death Rocket cost 2 or 1? It's 1? Ew. Alright. Does he have lethals back here? Yeah, he can hook our dude. Brownies. Okay. GG. Alright, on to the next one. Interesting, we played against this quite a bit today. Right. Game 7. So this one just happened. If you want to know how to fuel the pay-to-win lifestyle, you just get a haircut like this. It's pretty easy, you know. However you go about it. The expensive way is you gotta get this thing done every 2-3 weeks or so. You head down to the local sport clips. It's going to cost you 25-piece nugget to get this one done. 25 times a year, that adds up quite a bit. It's a few $100s. The cheaper way to do it is to just spend $100. We're going to keep all this. We're playing the mirror. I like Make It Rain here. You spend $100 on a pair of clippers. You get your wife to make the haircut after 4 times. you're just in the money. You're in the clear, right? you're just free rolling on that point. But on occasion, this will happen. Can we see it? Right there. Little whoopsies. Little boo-boo. a little close to the nugget. It's happened a couple times, but who cares? Got my beautiful face spread all across the internet. Almost 900 followers coming along and say, "Oh my God, what has happened?" Oh my gosh, bust. It's crazy. We'll be all right. But all right, let's see what this guy does. I think here we'll frequently find ourselves in a space to where we can only attack with the Mirai Warden. He's dropping Legion Rearguards, though. I mean, that seems like a pretty good deal for us. We got the answers to deal with him. Get to follow up with another double unit on the next turn. Feels like we're doing it right here. Okay, got a reasonable shutdown on this attack. I don't really like this block. Well, maybe we do this. Let's go ahead and put the point of damage on it. We have the option next turn to just open. We're not opening next turn. We're gonna play Island Navigator, and so I think here if we go ahead and get the point of damage onto the rear guard, there's a very real chance we can assemble a good Make It Rain. Not playing Misfortune here. Gonna get the Navigator going. Interesting in the Mourned. Not the strongest of units to hit here. She can, of course, like attack and get the damages in, but... okay. Guess you'll come right back to the hand. Not going to be a good blocker in the face of Misfortune, so I think we might as well just go ahead and slam. Ooh. Ooh, somebody's asking to bring out the Make It Rain. That's a dangerous move, my dude. And it's pretty tempting to just not attack now. It's a tough space, right? Well, we can get a good block with the Legion Grenadier. I think we bring these two. We'll leave our Grenadier back since it's capable of blocking through a Misfortune effect. But these other dum-dums are just going to have to trade out for the damage. I think that's fine. Also limits how much he can do to us with an open, right? He gets to swing in for a bit of damage here. Not that bad. The question is, do we want to make it rain right now? I don't think so. Because what's going to happen, it's going to come back to us, right? It'll be our action now. Now we can make it rain. Guaranteed kills on his Misfortune and his other unit. And then he's going to have to play stuff if he wants to attack, at which point we can follow up with the Island Navigator. This is a pretty beautiful Nox and Fervor. It looks like he spent 2 real mana on that. So it's going to limit how much he can get on the board this turn. Ready to block. Not a very strong hit in the Plucky Poro, but with the addition of the Demolitionist, we can now take down the rear guard with the Poro. I like it. Maybe we don't, though. Maybe we just do the single point of damage because we're playing Misfortune next turn. I like it. Does this dum-dum keep Scout? She does not. I had to double check. If she played Scout, we could conceivably just play her over and over again, but not the way it goes. Okay, not attacking with the Plucky Poro. It can't kill his 2/3, so not tons of value to come in with him right now. Okay, managed to spike our unit. That's fine. Still got the attack in with Misfortune. Okay. And it seems like we're ahead. We have 2 cards in hand to his 1. Our board is much better than theirs. About to ace his board and still have dudes. Seems good to me. I don't know if it seems good to you. Ooh, he doesn't take down the Scout. And so we have the potential to get a Misfortune flip next turn as well. Okay. Okay. gonna go ahead and decimate. I think there's technically a world where he doesn't attack. Probably not. I can't imagine he ever wins the game if he's not attacking here, but I'd say that the world exists. Just got him in decimate range. This should be pretty done. I like to go for style points, though. Can you give me some of them style points, please? Sad face. Rip it and roll it, dude. Or for 420 day, roll it and then rip it. Am I right? Boom. High five. Nailed it. Oh my gosh. 5 and 2. Get ourselves in on the final battle. Butt stuff 420. Bringing them marijuana references. Nailed it. Maybe old Joey Biden will come out today and say, "Hey, it's illegal now. You can smoke to your heart's content." All right, what do we got here? This is actually Echo Zillion. Okay, he's out here and ready for the battles. So it's like I see hands like this, and it's really tempting to just get a full keep on it since you can go 1, 2, 3, 4. But I really like having the option to just spread out some additional units. Hang on to the misfortune here. Let's see if that's punishing. It's just she functions like a landmark a lot of the time, and so it can be tough to find boards to where you want to drop her or you have to just play her and attack and trade. So I'm usually not excited to keep her, but I think with like a 1 and a 2 it might be okay. This feels good though. Opponent didn't start with the cat. Let's go double unit. This is one of these spots where I wish we had dropped the Grenadier. That's what we did the last time. Without him having units here, I kind of felt like this might be a draw where he just like passes again. Like it seems like, at least from what I've read about this stupid deck, the way that people like to approach it is you just mulligan away anything that isn't either a sure, if it isn't a predict or isn't an echo, you mulligan it away. And so there's definitely a world to where he's not playing a card here. And there's also a world where the card he plays here is Zillion, right? If he just plays a Zillion, we can still attack picks into it. And so I think this is okay. Maybe we should have gone for the guaranteed damage, but we got lucky with an extra one here. I'm not sure what the average attack you get off of a 1-drop is. It feels like it should be higher than 1. Has to be higher than 1, right? Alright, we'll take it. I'm still just trying to like find this space in my head to where we're going to
I'm one of the good guys, but not that good.
where we're gonna just have like the full board and can't attack through this anyways. Alright, this is good. Like we're never getting a free picks attack. He's always gonna have the unit next time, but this looks good. May find ourselves with an attack with misfortune this turn. We can most definitely boost her with a Pix, not into Echo, but options. Okay, this is fine. If he wants to come in and take the free trade on Pix, we get to slam for a shitload of damage. Sure, you can take it in with the Echo. Very reasonable chance that if he throws Echo in front of Pix, then we still get that misfortune damage, that we'll be able to hit him with Make It Rain. Looks like where we're going to be. Oh, drop border. Okay. It doesn't kill the Pix, but it still opens it up to the space to where it can die to time tricks. Or not time tricks, time bombs.
These are my streets.
Nice. Okay, he gets the thing from Echo. Only takes 2 damage. Not a ton, but we're making some progress. forgot Echo was going to flip, so we didn't get that point of damage in. A little sad. Not big sad. All right, we got 8 damage in hand. I'm not a huge fan of these spots like this to where we can't make good attacks. Like, you don't really want our turn 5 to be, hey, here's a decimate, right?
This is my future.
Yep. I think we're probably too far behind in this one. You can never just call yourself out, right? Because we do have an additional 5 damage burn in hand. We have a ping for misfortune, but they should be pretty close to ending the game on us.
You know, deja vu isn't what it used to be.
I mean, unless he adds something to the board, he can't block Precious Pet unless it's with Echo, which is kind of nice.
I've been practicing, and it's not perfect.
That's a way to get in for a few points of damage. The question we're going to have is, do we want to get picks involved with this combat? And so... We've got sort of enough damage. So if he has like a Mystic Shot, it's a problem. I don't think we can risk attacking with Misfortune. We'll hit with picks though. Then we can still follow up with the Demolitionist.
You made choices. Don't touch it.
Okay, so he trades out the Echo. It's a very real chance that he still just has a follow-up Echo. I want to make it rain before he plays a unit. Well, I don't think we should have made it rain in combat, but he's probably gonna play another unit, and we're oh. Uh-oh, maybe we did it. They do play Rite of Negation, so the burn isn't guaranteed, but we're getting there. We've got the space one would need to get a lethal.
Remember the objective.
Okay, he plays dumb Echo card. Not lethal even if we don't block. 5, 7, 8, 9 take us to 4.
Man, I'm good.
Your path ends here.
Okay. Well, he's had like a million predicts. There's a pretty decent chance that he's just going to have the right next turn. He has to be predicting for his defensive cards at this point, but we'll see. We shall see. Time bomb, sure. All right, boys, are we gonna get it? Are we gonna beat the dumb deck? Oh, he's just gonna open kill us, isn't he? No, man, we had the decimates too. Fuck. Oh well, that's what it is. That's still like here's the thing with that deck though. I mean, we'll pull it up again. It's tough. Like, let me get it up. Okay, so it's like I'm not shitting on Mage and Bay in any way. Like the dude seems like a reasonable fella, and he's pretty good at the game. But that's what is carrying the deck along, right? It's not a good deck. This is the platinum win rates, right? To where it's overall 46%. Doesn't have a good match against the majority of the format, right? Like this gets annihilated by Sundisk, gets beat by Ezreal Caitlyn. Riven Victor, Talia Ziggs, these are just like the most common matchups in order. And of the first 10 decks, it's a coin flip against itself, but a slight favorite on Scouts, a slight favorite on Pirates, and then it just gets crushed by every other deck in the format. And you could say, oh, well, that was on Platinum Plus, those are just shitty players. As you go to Masters, it's the same thing. The win rate dips up a little bit, but the deck still gets annihilated by everything. And so, I don't like to bitch about it too much, but I do want to give people, a bit of caution in terms of it's not a good deck. Yes, he used it to hit rank 1 on the ladder, but you know, in general, it's not good. If you like to have fun with Echo and play a bunch of predicts and stuff, then fine, by all means, go do it. My argument is I just don't like predict as a mechanic. I think predict is fine when it's on, you know, a handful of cards. Like if it's on Zillion and that's his thing, then sure. If it's on, Echo, then fine. That's a couple of high valued cards that get some extra value out of having the predict around. It just gets to be not fun, and it really grinds down the game when you have like 15 predicts in your deck and half your deck is predicts and you're predicting 2 and 3 times a turn. And the opponents we played today, pretty reasonable, but you can run into opponents that, you know, take the full amount of time on a predict, and it gets to be not fun. You know, like what interaction am I having with the predict? I'm doing it right now. Like this is how we interact with predict. You just sit here and wait, and you say, "Oh, okay, you did your thing." And so I think it's a mechanic that is fine that it exists. I'm glad that it exists, but it should be to a small degree. It shouldn't be these decks that just predict over and over and over again. But nonetheless, back to the deck we are playing today. Hashtag Blaze It. It's the Pirates Burn. Again, it's pretty good. We went 5 and 3. We had the kill alive and ready in that last one, and the other two were pretty close. And so it's, again, you know, this is a good deck. I didn't check the win rates on it, but oh, there it is, Pirate Aggro. Let's check the stats on this one. It's you know, the no-brain aggro deck that nobody thinks is any good. Look at that. It's got a overall 57% win rate in Masters, and you can see where it's just like the bad matchup is Echo Zillion, kind of coin flips against Aphelios Victor, gets crushed by Fizz Lulu. But, I mean, it has some very good matchups across the board, especially up here at the top end of the spectrum, to where the top 5 decks it's most frequently played again has a positive matchup. That's a much better looking chart than what you would see coming out of the Echo Zillion deck. But again, you know, this is a great deck. It's good if you like to climb. You know, if you're just trying to grind out some games and get up the ladder quickly, very good at that. A lot of the play patterns are pretty straightforward. Just, you know, if you need to say, hey, Bust, how do I play this deck? Just spend all of your mana every turn on units and then attack. That's, you know, there's more to it than that, of course, and obviously. But if you're new to the game and looking to climb, if you're just trying to, you know, grind while you take a shit, or, you know, not pay attention while you do something else, then by all means, it's a great one to help you just level up with. And so, highly recommended. Again, I prefer the Scouts, but pretty good deck all on its own. But nonetheless, that is going to do it for us today. Hope everyone enjoyed the video. You maybe learned how to burn it down with the Scout. Well, not with the Scouts. You learned how to burn it down with the Pirates a little bit better. Maybe learned a thing or two along the way and had a good time watching. This is Bust, and we thank you for being here.